Types of machine learning. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be explaining to you the various types of machine learning. If you are new to my channel, please like and subscribe. Now, from my previous videos, we can tell that machine learning involves showing a large volume of data to a machine so that it can learn and make predictions, find patterns, or classify data. There are three main types of machine learning we have: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. We also have what we call semi-supervised learning. I'm going to be explaining to you all the different types, one after the other. So, let's begin with 1. Supervised learning. We can hear from its name, supervised learning, which means that it works on supervision. We feed the algorithm with information to help it learn. That is, we train the machines using labeled data sets, and based on the training, the machine predicts the output. So what we do is we first train the machine with the input and corresponding output, and then we ask the machine to predict the output using the test data set. Let's have an example. So let's say we want the machine to differentiate between humans and cats. What we are going to do is train the machine to understand images, that is, the different characteristics like number of legs, size, hair, shape, with pictures of humans and pictures of cats. After completion of training, we will input the picture of a human and a picture of a cat and ask the machine to identify the image and predict the output. The machine will notice different characteristics, like humans have 2 legs while cats have 4 legs. Humans have little hair while cats have much hair. Cats are smaller than humans, and many other differences. This is the process of how the machine identifies the objects in supervised learning. The main goal of the supervised learning technique is to map the input variable X with the output variable Y. Now let's talk about the categories of supervised machine learning. We can classify supervised machine learning in 2 types, that is classification and regression. In classification, algorithms are used to solve the classification problems in which the output variable is categorical, such as true or false, male or female, apple or pear, humans or cats, like the example we had before. In regression, the algorithms are used to solve problems in which there is a linear relationship between inputs and output. This is mostly used in businesses to find relationships between products and sales. Some advantages of supervised machine learning are: it can be really helpful in predicting since it works on previous experience, also since it works on supervision, that is, as it uses labeled datasets. The output may be accurate. Some setbacks of this type of learning are: it can't really solve complex tasks, it requires some time to train the algorithm, and also we might as well have wrong outputs if the test data is different from what we have trained the machine with already. Let's talk of some few real-world applications of supervised learning. It is used in speech recognition. We train the machine with voice data, and various identifications can be done using the same voice, such as voice-activated passwords, voice commands. This is interesting, right? We also use it in medical diagnosis. It is done by using medical images and past symptoms mapped according to their diseases. With such a process, the machine can identify a disease for the patients. There are many other real-world applications. Now, that's it for supervised learning. Let's jump to 2. Unsupervised machine learning. While supervised learning requires users to help the machine learn, unsupervised learning algorithms don't use the same labeled training sets and data. Instead, the machine looks for less obvious patterns in the data. Unsupervised machine learning is very helpful when you need to identify patterns and use data to make decisions. Let's have an example. Suppose there is a basket of fruit images, and we input it into the machine learning model. The images are totally unknown to the model, and the task of the machine is to find the patterns and categories of the objects. So, here we notice that it's the machine to find its patterns and differences, such as color difference, shape difference, and predict the output in unsupervised learning. The categories of unsupervised learning are clustering. It is a way to group the objects into a cluster such that the objects with the most similarities remain in one group and have fewer or no similarities with the objects of other groups. With this, we can group students according to what they study. 2. We have association. The main aim of this learning algorithm is to find the dependency of one data item on another data item and map those variables accordingly. It is used to find relationships among variables. Some reasons why unsupervised learning is preferred are: they can be used for complicated tasks compared to the supervised ones because these algorithms work on the unlabeled data sets. Also, it is preferable to work with certain tasks since it does not need supervision. There are also some drawbacks, like the output of an unsupervised algorithm can be less accurate as the dataset is not labeled and algorithms are not trained with the exact output in prior. A real-world application of unsupervised learning is it is used in creating customer groups based on purchase behavior. We have seen both supervised and unsupervised learning. Now let's talk about semi-supervised learning. 3. Semi-supervised learning. Semi-supervised learning has characteristics from both supervised and unsupervised learning. It may be used to avoid the costly labeling process or when there is insufficient labeled data for a supervised learning algorithm. It helps to label the unlabeled data into labeled data. The concept of semi-supervised learning is introduced to overcome the drawbacks of supervised learning and unsupervised learning algorithms. It helps to label the unlabeled data into labeled data. Advantages of this learning is it is simple and easy to understand the algorithm. It is highly efficient. It is used to solve drawbacks of supervised and unsupervised learning algorithms. Its disadvantage is that its accuracy is low. Finally, we have 4. Reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is the closest machine learning type to how humans learn. The algorithm or agent used learns by interacting with its environment by hitting and trail, taking action, learning from experiences, and improving its performance. It works on feedback. In reinforcement learning, there is no labeled data like supervised learning, and agents learn from their experiences only. The agent gets rewarded for each good action and gets punished for each bad action. Hence, the goal of reinforcement learning agent is to maximize the rewards. The reinforcement learning process is similar to a human being. For example, a child learns various things by experiences in his day-to-day life. An example of reinforcement learning is to play a game, where the game is the environment. Moves of an agent at each step define states, and the goal of the agent is to get a high score. Agent receives feedback in terms of punishment and rewards. Reinforcement learning is categorized mainly into 2 types of algorithms. We have positive reinforcement learning. Positive reinforcement learning specifies increasing the tendency that the required behavior would occur again by adding something. It enhances the strength of the behavior of the agent and positively impacts it. We also have negative reinforcement learning. Negative reinforcement learning works exactly opposite to the positive reinforcement learning. It increases the tendency that the specific behavior would occur again by avoiding the negative condition. An example in which we use reinforcement learning often is in video games teaching cars how to park and drive automatically. This type of learning is really advantageous to us in that it helps in solving complex real-world problems, which are difficult to be solved by general techniques. Also, the learning model of reinforced learning is similar to the learning of human beings. Hence, most accurate results can be found, and it helps in achieving long-term results. Of course, it has drawbacks as well, which are reinforcement learning algorithms are not preferred for simple problems. Also, its algorithms require huge data and computations. W. If you have any question, just write in the comment section and I will give you the answer. Hope this video was helpful. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on machine learning and data science. Thank you.